Hello, and welcome to 5 for Friday for this Friday, July 1st. Happy Independence Day. If you want to enjoy a stress-free holiday weekend, maybe skip some portions of this week's stories. Two of the words that really stood out to me when I read the news this week, one was looming, and does that ever indicate something good? And the other was ethics, more in the form of lack of. So, fun stuff. Are you ready to get started? All right, well, here we go. We'll start with story number 1, easing you into things a little bit. Online privacy. Quick overview, we should be paying more attention than we do to online privacy, and we can thank Europe for being on top of this for us. So maybe think about your own business and personal online privacy. Oh, and maybe don't use TikTok if you run the risk of annoying the Chinese government. Just saying. All right, moving on to story number 2. That's a longer one, ethics, or as I said, lack thereof. Too many stories to share them all in this short video, so make sure you check the newsletter as well. I have to share my favorite. Ernst & Young admitted its employees cheated on an ethics exam. Really, an ethics exam? It's unbelievable. I'm speechless. In other ethical violation news, retailer H&M deceived customers about the sustainability of their clothing. The bank UBS paid millions in fraud charges for misleading customers when investing. Walmart failed to protect its money transfer service customers from fraud, and some Walmart employees even profited from it. Also in the news, many executives of public companies are conveniently making lots of money off the stock market in moves that seem too coincidental to be anything other than insider trading. Facebook can't seem to keep their pedophiles off of Instagram, but it thinks it can keep kids off by using facial recognition software. And the company is so focused on the metaverse that they really just stopped working on preventing election misinformation from spreading on Facebook. Even more stories on the newsletter, so check those out. They're great stuff, huh? All right, on to story number 3, HR-focused issues. We're seeing demands from employees, including more flexibility in hours and remote work to stick with the job. More people moving to the gig economy, so perhaps a bigger need to consider hiring non-traditional candidates, such as people with disabilities or with past criminal records. However, as a warning to avoid lawsuits, be sure you're supporting your employees' mental health issues and also maybe not requiring them to pray at work. Check out the story for more details. Be careful selling protective products that might not work right. And be on the lookout for new SEC requirements for small businesses to track their carbon emissions in order for public companies to track their whole supply chain. I think I've been warning about that one for a while now, so check that one out for sure. Moving on to story number 4, the world of AI and the metaverse. Yes, I keep telling you this, AI can help small businesses, mainly through automation, maybe like tracking your carbon emissions, for example. And consider the potential value of NFTs and DAOs, or decentralized autonomous organizations. Again, that's been coming up in these 5 for Fridays for a while, and there is value there, so it's really time to start paying attention. Finally, for story number 5, let's talk about the future of travel. Starting with electric vehicles, apparently GM is seeing huge demand for its Hummer electric pickup truck. Over 80,000 on a waiting list, but so far they can make only about a dozen a day, so that's going to take a while. They're working on that kind of learning curve for manufacturing. Ford also busy selling EVs, but to their dealerships' dismay, they're choosing to do more online sales and kind of creating a rift in that relationship with those loyal car dealers. Meanwhile, self-driving trucks are still coming anytime soon, but most likely the end of next year. And SpaceX is launching Starlink, their satellite internet service, to make sure we can stay connected to the internet no matter where we go. So God forbid you can't check your Insta on your yacht in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean. Thank goodness for SpaceX. Check out the newsletter that I share in the comment section of the Small Together community for more on all these stories, including links to the original stories, because of course this is just a brief summary. And as a reminder, in this week, under recession, yes or no, we have 6 yes stories, 2 no or not as bad stories, and 4 how to survive a recession stories. So be sure to check those out. And happy Independence Day, my 5 for Friday friends. Thanks for joining me on this first day of July. Have a great holiday weekend, and we'll see you next week.